Okay, well, my name is Dal Santo. I'm 29 years old. I'll be competing in the 105 kilogram category. I've been weightlifting for 14 years now. I came into the sport of weightlifting through high school. When I was in year 10, SA weightlifting came out to my school and we did it as a PE subject, and we had a crack at it, and I thought this is kind of cool, and I just went from there and decided to just continue it on. I think making this year's Commonwealth Games has definitely been the highlight. The major injuries that I've had is a torn quadricep, which actually happened at the Commonwealth Games trials this year. I've torn my right rotator cuff in my shoulder, and I've just, I think a bit of tendonitis is really just ongoing, but you kind of deal with that.
Wear and tear.
I'd like to think I'd be a track cyclist. I think I've got the legs for it, and I think it would be kind of fun to do that. And I've got some good mates who are track cyclists, and they've always sort of given me a little bit of a ribbing, going, "Oh, you're going to come over." And I thought, oh, maybe not, but the idea's pretty cool. The strangest thing I have ever lifted as a part of training will probably be a human being. Yeah. Before I go out to a competition, I always have a shave 2 days before. I never shave the day of. And more often than not, I wear odd socks. It's not really a superstition or a ritual. It's more the fact that I just tape whatever socks are there. Yeah, that's pretty much the extent. My weightlifting heroes would actually be Mark Huster from Germany. I'm very impressed by his technique, and I don't particularly go for the guys who lift the biggest weights. It's always the guys who can do it most efficiently. That really resonates with me quite a bit. The second one would be Niku Vlad, who is just, once again, a great technician, but also just incredibly strong. So yeah, those two guys, I thought, if I was to aspire to be anyone, it would be those two. It's kind of a hard question to ask for one hero who isn't a weightlifter. I think there's many different people in my life who give me inspiration to be more like them. Friends and family, different athletes in other sports. I think it would do a few people a bit of a disservice to actually say, oh, I've only got one. So I like to think that I gain inspiration from a lot of different people. I like to relax by playing with my daughter. She's 2 and she's a little bundle of energy at the moment, which is really cool. I like to hang out with friends. I like to go down to the beach in Adelaide and just hang out there. I like to sometimes I just like to go to the gym and just, do a bit of lifting. And even though that doesn't seem like a relaxing thing, to be there by yourself is actually quite calming for me, to just go through the motions and just be there in a bit of quietness, and you sort of get to know yourself a little bit as well. You sort of like get time to have a bit of a think and just ponder a few things, which is pretty good. Oh, that's a very hard question to answer. There are a lot of really good movies out there. I think at the moment my favourite movie would have to be Warrior. I think that has a pretty good message through it, and it's pretty cool to have a watch of. Tom Hardy in it looks like a beast. But there's a lot of really good movies out there that have played out throughout my life, and I've really enjoyed them. I think Rocky is the quintessential one. There's The Dark Knight, and just a few sort of sillier films, a bit of Monty Python and that kind of thing. Oh, lasagna. I'm a sucker for my mum's lasagna. Like, I would sit there and eat that every day, all day. In 2005 at the Commonwealth Championships in Melbourne, I was sitting in the crowd, and I wanted to encourage this English lifter, and I actually said the wrong name, and it was dead quiet, and I realised I'd said the wrong name and went, oh dear. And I think I got a few looks from a few people, and I really wanted to be about that tall at that time. Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. Yeah. Red hair, scotch, and kilts.
Keep running with the dark.